Good day to everyone. This day we will talk on the different computer system users. To start with, let us first define the different learning objectives that each of you must be able to attain by the end of this lesson. First, you should be able to differentiate end users from professional users. You should be able to identify some careers of being a professional user. And to start with, make sure you have all these materials and equipments ready with you. Then I want you to answer this short question. We often use computers for many reasons and purpose. Have you ever tried using and manipulating a computer? What are the things you do using a computer? Do you consider yourself as an end user or are you a professional user? What characteristics does an end user needs to have in order to be called as a professional user? Now, when you say class computer system user, these are the actual people who are using the computer, wherein these users can either be using the computer to do some productive work or producing software in which these users can either be classified as to end users or professional users. And note class that your computer system user plays an important role in the manipulation of a computer system. And its goal of the user is to make the computer work for its user, not the other way around. Since we have known class that a computer user can be classified as to end user or a professional user, let us first understand what do you mean by an end user. When you say class end user, these are the users who are at the receiving end of the so-called line. Meaning to say class, they are the ones involved in the data processing operation. Say for example, if you have your data encoder. So data encoder class are classified as an end user because they perform data processing. And also, these users are classified as end users when you use the computer to surf from the internet. When you encode data, when you create some PowerPoint presentation, you do some spreadsheet works, you play games, and you use the computer for entertainment. So those are classified as end users. Now can you tell me whether you belong to an end user? Do you use computer to surf from the internet? Do you use computer to create Word documents, do spreadsheet works, and create PowerPoint presentation? If yes, then you can be classified as an end user. More or less, you use the computer for entertainment and to make yourself productive. Now, how about class when you say professional users? Well, more than just using the computer for entertainment, these users are involved in the production and maintenance of a computer software. And they represent the personnel who are involved in the analysis, design, programming, evaluation, implementation, maintenance of a system or more. So hence class, they are the ones who created our software products and they represent the professional users. And again, they are involved in the production and maintenance of a system software. It could be a system analyst, a programmer, a webmaster, game developer, database administrator, or you could be a graphics animator, or you could be a network administrator. Okay? So once you pursue class, a computer-related course, those are some of the careers from which you can land on. So let us talk each one of these careers. What does a system analyst do? So when you say system analyst, they are the ones involved in the analysis and design of a software product. So they are the one who try to craft the idea and decide how should the system will work, what are its requirements and specifications, how this software is going to run. Wherein this system analyst class plays an important role in any organization for its development of a software, because they are the one who study the existing software or system used in the organization, and these see the things that must be further developed or to be improved to enhance the productivity of the company in which a system analyst is employed. Therefore, class, your system analyst played as a catalyst for an organization. They serve as innovator. They try to innovate things and they try to develop and enhance the current operation in a company. And more or less, they also design the system to be developed by the programmer. So before the programmer is going to create their programs, these programs must be designed first by the system analyst. And again, your system analyst class is the catalyst of the organization who designs what should be innovated and what should be further improved to enhance the productivity of a specific company or an organization. What about the computer programmer? Well, just when you play games using your computer or from your smartphone, one can think of a game developer who is responsible for creating the logic and the overall flow of the game. It can be a simple game or as complicated, which involves artificial intelligence. And it is not the work of a programmer who created that software. Now, these programmers are the ones involved in the development of the computer program. Right after the system analyst designs the program to be developed, it is now the job of the programmer who put this design into instructions. So the programmer is the one who creates instructions for the computer will work based on what has been designed by your system analyst. And then again, they wrote lines of code to develop a program designed by the system analyst. So right after the system analyst creates and crafted the design of a software, it is now the job of the programmer to translate this design into lines of code or set of instructions for the computer to get into work. What about class your database administrator? As we have known that data nowadays are a valuable tool in any organization, as this data may be useful in determining the overall performance of the company and how the company will be performing in the next few years. So these data are now used to forecast the performance of a company over the period of time. In compliance with the data privacy, an organization needs to have a data privacy officer who is in charge in making sure that the data of the organization will not be accessible by an unauthorized individual, and thus, confidential company data must be secured and stored well. Now, it is now the job of the database administrator to maintain the records of the company as stored in the database. How about class your network administrator? Your network administrator is responsible for the overall network performance and security of all its computer systems. Hence, they are the ones in charge for internet connectivity as well as the security of the company's network. Hence, class, whenever there are problems with regard to internet connection, it is now the job of your network administrator to restore the internet connection for a company. At the same time, your network administrator is also in charge in creating networks for a company. And again, they are the one in charge in building the network at the same time to manage its network of computers. Now, how about graphics animator? Now, when you watch animated films, it makes us think of the different graphics animator who are involved in the making of animations to objects. More than that, they are also involved in the design of object or objects which will be used for the animation. So these animated films are were animated by the graphics animator. And more or less, class, your graphics animator are also in charge in creating the design for these objects used for the animation. Well, in this video lecture, we talk on the different computer users, wherein it can be classified as an end user or a professional user. Now, how do you classify yourself? Are you an end user or are you a professional user? Well, that ends for today's video lecture, and see you in the next video we have. Thank you and good day.